Good evening. Tonight we're going to be making a creamy tomato orzo soup with mini chicken meatballs. In my bowl I have a pound of ground organic chicken. You can use turkey if you want. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, a third of a cup of breadcrumbs. I'm using gluten-free. 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, half a teaspoon of salt, and this is my own homemade pesto. I need 2 tablespoons of pesto. You can buy pesto already made, or you can make your own, or I think I have a recipe on one of my blogs, one of my videos for making my own pesto. And then you're going to take this, you're going to mix it all together with your hands. It's easier that way. Some people use a spoon because they don't like to get their hands dirty, but my hands have been washed and cleaned and sanitized and everything else. So you want to mix these all together, and then we're going to make it into mini meatballs that are going to go inside the soup. On the stove I have a pan with about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of olive oil, and we're going to make little mini meatballs, and we're going to put them into the pan, and we're going to brown them on each side. We'll be back as soon as we're done doing that process. Okay, I'm letting the meatballs finish browning on each side. And while that's browning, in my stock pot, I'm going to put in 1 large carrot and 1 large onion diced up. We're going to cook that until the onion is translucent, which is probably about 6 minutes or so. So we'll be back in 6 minutes to get to the next step on the rest. My 4 cloves of garlic, which we're going to stir for 30 seconds. And then we're going to add 4 cups of chicken stock. Let's get the rest of that in there. 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. 6 ounces of orzo. A can of coconut milk, fat included. Then you're going to add in about a half a teaspoon of salt and fresh black pepper. You're going to give that a stir to combine all that stuff together, because the coconut milk has all that fat you have to incorporate into there. And then we're going to add our meatballs back to this, and 2 cups of fresh spinach. So let me just get the rest of this done here. Sometimes the coconut milk doesn't want to cooperate, but it'll melt eventually. All right, and then I'm going to add in all my meatballs. We're all going to go right back into the soup. And then we're going to add 2 cups of spinach. Actually, I'm going to use the whole package because I like a lot of spinach in my soup. And then we're going to let that, we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. Sorry, I forgot that part. Parmesan cheese will be put in there. And then you can use some if you want at the end too. So we're going to give this all a stir. And we're going to let this cook probably through for another 5 minutes until the spinach is all wilted and the meatballs should be thoroughly cooked through. So in about 5-10 minutes this will be ready. The orzo is cooked through and the meatballs, it was about another 10 minutes for that. So we're going to put it into a dish. Make sure you get enough meatballs in there so everybody has a little bit of meatball servings. And there we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of Parmesan on top. And there's your supper. Here's the recipe. Enjoy the weekend. See you next week.